Hidden for over 50 years, UFO attack on a U.S. Air Force base made soldiers scream in fear. A former U.S. Air Force captain and his colleagues swore an oath of secrecy after seeing a disc-shaped object that allegedly disabled U.S. nuclear missiles. He recalled the horrific moment when his nuclear base was attacked by UFOs and described how the guards were terrified, shouting and muttering after the bizarre sighting, which had been hidden for more than 50 years. Robert Salas, a retired U.S. Air Force captain, commanded Maelstrom Base in Montana in 1967. He and his colleagues saw 8 orange lights above the base, which had 10 nuclear missiles. Salas describes how the guards rushed to safety as the oval-shaped craft defused the nuclear bombs. In the new National Geographic series, UFOs Investigating the Unknown, Mr. Salas said, "I kind of brushed it off. I even said, 'You mean UFOs?' When I hung up, I thought we were being attacked. You mean meaning, are you certain that it's UFOs?" And he said we could see lights going from green to red throughout the area, which means the missiles were inoperable. Despite the fact that most of the U.S. nuclear capability was destroyed during the incident, it was never investigated by the authorities. In addition, the officers present at the time signed documents obliging them to keep the secret. 3 years after the incident, the U.S. Air Force dropped its UFO investigation, stating that none of the reported sightings posed a threat. Salas said it was, of course, a lie. Recently, the topic of UFOs has become one of the most discussed in the United States. Earlier this year, the Senate Armed Services Subcommittee on New Threats and Opportunities discussed recent UFO sightings, including ones in the Middle East. During the hearing, footage was showing a strange ball-shaped object flying past a U.S. military aircraft. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, who heads the agency, told lawmakers about the footage of a UFO sighting over the Middle East, and he said, "That's basically all the data we have about this event." And he added that it would be virtually impossible to fully identify it based on this video alone, and that this is considered an unresolved case. After the hearing, Republican Senator Marco Rubio and Democrat Mark Warner wrote a 5-point letter to the Department of Defense in Washington demanding that the process of bringing witnesses be simplified. They said, "To date, we have not seen any efforts to inform the public about the existence of a safe process. We ask you to provide us with an update on the plan to make the safe process public for witnesses." Rubio also told Fox News, "Worse still, our government has ignored or downplayed this threat for too many years. Fortunately, things are starting to change, but as we saw earlier this year, the defense and intelligence communities are still struggling." Rubio was referring to the recent incident in which the U.S. shot down a Chinese spy balloon, and he continued, "Senior Pentagon officials have publicly stated that 2 of the UAPs were almost certainly not balloons, but no rationale or sensor data has been provided to Congress to support this unprecedented action. In this case, we shot down several UAPs, and it's still not clear if we know for sure which UAPs they are. We set up the AARO office to address just such problems, to quickly collect and analyze data and apply the scientific process. We need the Biden administration to fully empower the AARO office and follow the directions outlined in NDAA FY23. FY23 means National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2023, which includes clauses to create safe pathways for witnesses and whistleblowers who may come forward. A retired senior Navy chief said that the senators are asking, what they're asking for is probably what I'll need to present, he said. This is on SoulAsk. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.